Lads. Lads, welcome to another match reaction. Sick of losing, to be perfectly honest. I know we've had Liverpool. I know it was always going to be tough to beat Liverpool. But I don't think we did too badly, to be honest. I started by writing good, but not good enough. And I looked at it and thought, I don't think we played well enough to say that we played good. I thought we played okay. That's why I changed it to okay, but not good enough. Hope you're all doing well, guys. I know you didn't see me in the watch along. Apologies for that. I know that I left it in very, very good hands with Hal and Adam. Both of them absolutely brilliant guys, massive blades. I know they'll have done an absolutely smashing job. Let's talk about the game. First of all, first half. Well, I thought that I expected us to get hammered, to be perfectly honest. Actually, I think I called 2-0. I think I did call 2-0 in the preview, but I expected us to get pretty not beaten that much, not beaten that down into the ground, but kind of like just comfortably beaten. And you know what? We definitely didn't make it comfortable in that first half for them. We had a goal disallowed, which I'll get onto in a moment. But yeah, they had loads and loads of chances. They definitely didn't take any of the easier chances, to be honest. But we were still in it. We were still in it for all the first half, really. Let's start from kind of early on. Oops, I've just... there we go. I normally write a load of notes on my phone because it's difficult to obviously watch the match and remember every little thing that happened. But I just normally write down a few notes. Obviously, McGoldrick quite early on had a header that was offside. I think he kind of headed it off Mane, and then the goalkeeper made a save, which was pretty good. To be honest, everything that we did tonight was offside, weren't it? So yeah, they had an offside goal, to be fair as well. But we'll get on to McBurney's. They had a few one-on-ones as well. Firmino went through one-on-one. Like, don't get me wrong, Ramsdale had a good game. He made some good saves. But for the first one, for Firmino, he went down really, really early. And Firmino just hit it the other side. Luckily, he sprawled himself, so his legs kind of blocked the shot. But I don't know. I don't like the fact that Ramsdale makes a decision that quickly against teams that are so kind of comfortable in front of goal. Fair enough, Firmino weren't comfortable in front of goal, but all these better strikers, all these quality strikers will sit a keeper down on their arse and then just flick it over. And look at Messi does that all the time, doesn't they? Loads and loads of strikers do that. Firmino obviously didn't have the quality to do it today. Well, in the first half anyway. But yeah, Ramsdale's legs got us out of trouble on that point at that time. McGoldrick had a deflected shot that Adrian made a bit of a meal of at the front post. At the back post. Made a save at least. Salah went through one-on-one just like Firmino did on the right. That was an excellent save from Ramsdale. Went that way, strong left leg to save that one. There was another one later on where Gigi Wijnaldum had a shot from kind of the edge of the box, and Ramsdale made quite a comfortable save. There was a guy in front of him, I think might have been Kean Bryan, but he made a strong parry, but he parried it straight to Firmino, and really he should have put that in the back of the net, shouldn't he? But he waited and then tried setting someone else up. But that's just what Firmino does, to be fair. Let's talk about the disallowed own goal. I obviously watched it back at the time. I didn't watch it back after the game. And obviously we didn't see it at halftime because they just showed all of Liverpool's chances. They didn't show any of ours. Like, don't get me wrong, we didn't have many. But, right, just hear me out. Just hear me out on this one. So, I'm not saying that it should have been given. The one from where McBurney put pressure on Kabak and he knocked it past his own goalkeeper. That's happened at Bramall Lane twice in about 3 or 4 games. Obviously, Rudiger did it for Chelsea, for us actually. But what happened was the ball came in. McBurney was offside, but he didn't get near the ball really, and Kabak knocked it past his goalkeeper. McBurney didn't touch it, right? And I understand that what they'll probably say is that McBurney was interfering with play. I understand that. That's fine. But what I didn't understand was that they never even made a big deal about it. They weren't like, oh, shall we take a look to see if he was interfering with play? I know he was near the ball, but I don't think he really put too much pressure on Kabak, and he just knocked it past his own goalkeeper. I'm not 100% sure about that one. I'll have to watch it back again. But I'd like to know in the comments what everybody else thought about that one, because everyone, the commentators, halftime didn't show it. Everyone just kind of brushed that to one side and didn't talk about it at all, which I weren't sure about. Like I say, if I'd see it back again, it could have been McBurney interfering with play, but at the same time, he didn't touch it. I don't feel like he got that close to the defender to put him off that much, to put it past his own goalkeeper. He was definitely offside, but I just weren't sure about that. Anyway, we're going to half-time, and I thought we'd give a good account of ourselves. Fair enough, the defence was a bit shaky. They got through one-on-one a couple of times, had a few other shots. Curtis Jones at the back post, Bulldog just got back in time and kind of put him off, knocked him a little bit, and then Ramos came in and smothered it. Ramsdale had a great game today. There were only one time where he kind of came out, he was in no man's land and kind of just dived at the ball, and I think it hit his chest and went out. But everything else, he did everything else really, really well. We goes into the second half. Well, I'll quickly just talk about the team. I think the defence were a little bit shaky. Kean Bryan, I'm not sure. I'm still not sure about him. Ampadu, at one point, Ampadu got the ball on the right-hand side in the defence. Lots of players around him. He just clipped it to the right wing to Trent Alexander-Arnold to come cut inside of Ender Stevens and have a shot. It's schoolboy stuff. If you're struggling against Liverpool, don't do stuff like that. Just get rid of it. Bang it up front, bang it out, put it wherever you want. Just don't give it straight back to them so that they're on the attack. Didn't really understand that in the slightest. Anyway, we comes into the second half. Obviously, Liverpool have had a bit of a rocket, and they go and take the lead. The weird thing about this goal was that from the very first angle that they showed, it looked like the ball was out of play. And it looked like Trent Alexander-Arnold had just let it run out, but he did brilliantly to keep that in. It was definitely not out, but the very first angle from a distance looks like it was out. Anyway, he got it back in, and obviously they put the ball in the back of the net, but I'm blaming Fleck for that. Fleck, when the ball came in, when the ball was out at the wing, he was a bit closer to Curtis Jones, and he just stood there with his hand up saying, yeah, it's gone out, ref, it's gone out. Or linesman, it's gone out. Play to the whistle. Play to the whistle. Mark your man. He's obviously got away from you. He stood on the edge of the box on his own. Mark your man. Easy as that. It wasn't difficult. Anyway, poor from Fleck. Really, really poor. We had a couple of chances in the second half before they scored. I think Ollie Burke coming on was a brilliant idea. Burke was a thorn in the side when he came on. His final ball or his final shot or his final touch isn't good enough. But at the same time, I feel like next season, the Championship, he'll get so many more chances and he will score goals next season. He's just so dangerous, isn't he? Everything, bar the finish, the touch, is really good, actually. There was one where he just, I can't remember who it was, just skipped round him. He did that against Liverpool at Anfield as well. Just skipped round him, and then he had a shot. McBurney was in the middle waiting for it. I understand why he had a shot. It's Adrian in the net. but it was a poor shot. It was almost like a cross shot, and it could have been where he's in two minds. But I just feel like Ollie Burke needs to start every single game. But the problem was they brought off bloody McGoldrick. We brought off McGoldrick to put on Ollie Burke, and I love to see Ollie Burke coming on or starting or whatever, but I don't want to see McGoldrick come off. McGoldrick was brilliant in that first half, majestic, got the ball down, played it around, just it makes things tick. And then when he goes off the pitch, it's kind of lump it up to McBurney, lump it up to Ollie Burke, or play it over the top to Ollie Burke. It just doesn't flow when McGoldrick doesn't play or when he's not on the field. And that's a problem. That is a big problem because McGoldrick's getting on a bit. He's not going to be able to play 90 minutes week in, week out in whatever division that we're playing in. But hopefully next season, McGoldrick will carry on playing as well as what he is because he will run that championship next season. I have no doubt about that whatsoever. He's looking great in the Premier League. And imagine just picking him up and putting him in the championship. God, it's going to be scary. But he needs help. He needs help from some other players because if he's not on the pitch, like I've just said, it's just over the top onto McBurney's head. And it's not really good enough, is it? Again, we were playing Liverpool, but it's the best time we could have played Liverpool because their two defenders I thought were really poor. Kabak, poor. That Phillips guy, I think he's young. Don't really know who he is, to be honest. I don't watch a lot of Liverpool. But both of them look dodgy. Very, very dodgy. But we didn't put enough pressure on them, did we? The only time we really put pressure on them is when they scored an own goal and they were offside. So anyway, the second goal went in. Mane had a goal disallowed, didn't they? It was a mile offside. He put the ball in the back of the net. He obviously knew that it was offside. Didn't really celebrate. And then McBurney's header. Yes, I forgot about that, guys. I forgot about that. That was at 1-0 as well. Ball came in. McBurney unmarked heads it wide. Come on, right, McBurney, in them situations, he's got to be hitting the target, especially for someone like him who is good in the air, scores goals with his head, should be at least hitting the target, if not putting that in the back of the net. That goes to 1-1. It's a different game. Liverpool have been shaky all season. They've gone 1-0 up in games as well and thrown it away. I'm thinking of the Leicester one more than anything. But that goes 1-1. It's game on. It's complete and utter game on. But it wasn't. Of course it wasn't. It is Sheffield United. I honestly thought we were going to lose 1-0, to be honest. But they managed to get their second goal. And obviously it was the guy that barely scores any goals in the Premier League, Firmino. He gets the ball inside the box. We don't go anywhere near him. Like, he took about 5, 6, 7 touches in the box, and we just stood around him and just let him do it. And he has a go. It's not a great shot, to be honest, is it? But Kean Bryan, I think it was, got his toe on it and deflected it past Ramsdale. Couldn't do anything about it, could he? I did wonder why Jags came off and Kean Bryan stayed on. The only thing I can say is obviously Jags has got Kean Bryan's got the legs over Jags, but I would always rather have Jags on the pitch for his experience than a young lad that it's his first year in the Premier League, isn't it? For his first senior game in the Premier League, because obviously he was at Man City, but I don't think he started a game. Anyway, I'd have kept Jags on if I'm being completely honest. But anyway, it finished 2-0. Like I said, we did okay, but we're never going to beat Liverpool playing like that. We could have done last season if we played like this. Played like we did last season today. We could have got something from that game because Liverpool weren't great. They really weren't great. It's just a bit frustrating. Week in, week out, just seeing us play okay, but just miss big chances and make mistakes defensively. We made a lot of mistakes today defensively. We didn't get punished half as much as what we should have done. Ramsdale had a great game. I'll quickly run through the team. I don't think I'm going to bang on too much. Ramsdale, played really well, made quite a few saves. Baldock, he got injured towards the end. I'm like, oh no, not another one, not another one. But it looks like he's all right. But you never know. We thought Bogle was all right, and he was out. Stevens played better, I would say, but backwards, sideways. He's just not got that confidence that he had last season and the season before. I thought Jags played well, really well. Ampadu played well in parts, same as Keane Bryan. Just a bit dodgy, aren't they? Just a little bit dodgy. I think Ampadu looks quite good next to Egan and Bash, but when he's in with two other lads that have barely played any football this season, he just looks as dodgy as they are. Norwood did okay. Didn't make any many errors. Didn't play any sloppy passes, really, that caused us to concede goals. Lundstrom, I'm not even going to mention because I've got he annoys me. He really, really annoys me because I feel like does he even try? Is he even bothered? Gets about the pitch a little bit, but I don't think he's bothered anymore. Just stick him on bench, get him out of team. I'm not arsed about him anymore. We're not going to have him next season. Just play Osborne. I don't care if he's not right-footed. Just play Osborne. Osborne will be all over the place like a little whippet. Lundstrom just annoys me now. I thought I did okay, but again, it's just not good enough in the final third. McGoldrick, I thought was brilliant in the first half. I'm going to be honest. Then got brought off for Ollie Burke. Burke played well when he came on. I thought he did really well. Ozzy tried, but not that much quality there. I can't even remember who was it was Sharpie, weren't it? Sharpie barely got a touch. Another poor kind of result, really. I know we could have lost this game 4 or 5-0 if it weren't for Rammers. But let's see what the comments are saying. I've had enough of hearing my own voice, to be honest. McGoldrick is retiring after this season. I don't think he is, mate. I really don't think he is. Ampadu is not a good defender. Cameron, yes, mate. No, he's not. But also, he's not a good midfielder either. He's really not. Enjoy League One. I'm not sure this kid knows how the English league works, to be perfectly honest. Bit stupid. I respect Wilder, but the decisions he makes are poor. I don't know what you mean in there, if you mean in to bring McGoldrick off or what, but yeah, I agree with you. Brewster for 25 million, it doesn't get a minute. Yeah, there's a reason for that, mate. If you watched him all season, you'd know why. 4-4-2 had to be played. I agree. We've got 3 pretty poor defenders playing at centre-back when you could have Jags and Ampadu next to him, take Keane Bryan out of the team, play 4 in midfield, try and pack that midfield a little bit more. You got 2 gas that you were gonna 7-0. All right, from the preview. Fair enough. I'll give you that. We just need a born goal scorer like Salah's and Mane. It's not as easy as that, mate, is it? You can't just pluck a Mane or a Salah out of thin air. We've got a born goal scorer, and that's Billy Sharp. But the problem is we just don't create enough chances for Billy Sharp in the Premier League. I think, if I'm being completely honest, if next season everyone's talking about Brewster and McBurney playing up front together, it's got to be Sharp, hasn't it, really? Sharp is in the form of his life. Sorry, not the form of his life. Sharp is in the the physique, the fitness. Sharp is in the, what am I trying to say? He's in the shape of his life. That's what I'm trying to say. Sharp is in the shape of his life. He's never been this chiseled. He's never been this fit. And I feel like next season in the Championship, he'll still score goals, 100%. And I feel like it has to be Sharp and McGoldrick, unless we're going to go for an attacking midfielder and go all out next season and have McGoldrick in that kind of number 10 role, and then Sharp up front with Burke or Brewster or McBurney. Sharp scores goals. This guy is wanting me to say WAWAW. I'm not giving him the satisfaction, mate. Let's have a quick look through other comments. That own goal was never offside. I don't know if you're taking the mickey, Cameron, or if you're being serious, but I just think it were a bit weird. I think it was a bit of a weird one that nobody actually spoke about it. Really, really frustrated me completely. Yeah, McBurney had a chance, needed to do better. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Ramsdale was let down by his defence. Completely agree. Completely agree. Defence has been poor this season, even with John Egan in there and Basham in there. McBurney is useless in the Prem. Think we will be part of next season, though, in the Championship. I think we've got a lot of very, very good Championship strikers, to be perfectly honest. Really, really good. Yeah, I think I said Championship. My head's all over the place. It's 10 o'clock at night. I think it's time to go. When Bogle is back playing right mid and Bogle right back, that is a possibility. But we're not going to play right mids, are we? Let's be honest. Wilder's going to keep going with what he's done all his Sheffield United career, really. We urgently need 2 attacking midfielders, 2 quality midfielders. And we'll be fine for top 6 minimum, I think. 100%, mate, 100%. Hopefully we'll keep Egan and O'Connell as well, and then we can go again. Fingers crossed. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you could smash a like on it, that'd be very much appreciated as well. Hallen and Adam have done an excellent job today. I've had the easy job of just coming on here and just chatting for 20 minutes about another mediocre game. At least we weren't as bad as Fulham. If we'd have played like we did against Fulham, we'd have been hammered tonight. But we played all right. But then it makes you think, it begs the question, why couldn't we play like this tonight against Fulham? We might have had more a chance of winning and or even getting a point, because we obviously got completely outplayed by Fulham. But I don't think we completely got outplayed by Liverpool, to be perfectly honest. So it's just daft, really. But another defeat. Still bottom of the Premier League, obviously. 6 points off West Brom now. We're obviously not going to stay up. But come on, let's try our best to get a few more points on the board. Try and get off the bottom. It's going to be difficult, but I suppose as long as we beat Derby's record low, then that's all that matters. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Yeah, on to Wednesday night. Like the video, subscribe, and stay good, Nick.